على من لا نبي بعده وبعد. Continuing the journey with Riyadh al-Salihin مع الإمام الحسن الدمشقي النووي كتاب آداب السفر. He brings one good chapter. Well, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has his own unique etiquettes when he travels. He got his own sunan, his own habits, his own things that he does when he travels. And the first thing that Ka'b ibn Malik radiyallahu anhu tells us about Rasulullah, that قَلَّمَا كَانَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ يُسَافِرْ إِلَّا فِي يَوْمِ خَمِيسٍ. It was very rare that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would travel in any day but Thursday. He would always pick Thursday to be the day of travel. So I don't know when your next travel is, but make sure to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah and book it on Thursday. And make sure to book it at the beginning of the day, because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would pick up the flesh. That's the core. The essence of the whole day is from now until al-duha, or until al-bukur. He says, بُورِكَ لِأُمَّتِي فِي بُكُورِهَا. And in another one, Allahumma barik li ummati fi bukuriha. Al-bukur is from now to half of the morning, to 9, 10ish. There's so much barakah at that time, you can't even feel it. The amount of things, subhanallah. And those who work from Fajr all the way to 9, you finish lots and lots and lots of stuff. When people are starting the day at 8 and 9, you're probably already finishing half of all your tasks. There's so much barakah on that day. If you couldn't make it on Thursday, then the other alternative is Monday. That's the other day that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, every time he goes for a travel, every time he sends people, Ghazwat Tabuk, or Ghazwat Khaybar, or the Battle of Badr, he goes on Thursdays or Mondays. And the reason behind that, the same reason why he loves fasting those 2 days, because all the deeds are raised to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he knows that the dua of a traveler is accepted and responded. As we mentioned, 3 people, the dua is always responded by Allah: the oppressed, the father, and the traveler. So imagine your deeds are being raised and you're just elevating a dua that is coming fresh from the oven. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look at it on the spot. Application will be processed in 1 business day, on the spot. Mondays and Thursdays at the beginning of the day. Also, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, "Ista'inu bi shay'in min ad-duljah, fa inna al-arda tutwa bil-layl." Try, when you travel, to have some of your path, begin it not at the Fajr on the spot, not at the Fajr on the dot, but add some of the night to it. استعينوا بشيء من الدجة. الدجة الليل. So you may take off around 4, 3 or 2 a.m. Why? Because traveling at night is much easier than traveling at the daytime, especially if you are driving or riding or walking. You would feel that the earth is being shortened. The path is being shrinked for you. فَإِنَّ الْأَرْضَ تُطْوَى بِاللَّيْلِ. And subhanAllah, you feel it. When you are traveling at night, you're not looking right and left. You're just driving, watching your steps and trying to make it to your destination. By the time the day comes, you look, mashallah, you crossed 300-400 kilometers. Not much of the way is left out. That's how Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would understand it. When he leaves, at the moment he takes off, he has dua al-safar. Probably we all are familiar with. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. سبحان الذي سخر لنا هذا وما كنا له مقرنين وإنا إلى ربنا لمنقلبون. اللهم إنا نسألك في سفرنا هذا البر والتقوى ومن العمل ما ترضى. اللهم هون علينا سفرنا هذا واطوي عنا بعده. Oh Allah, ease our travel and shorten the distance. اللهم أنت الصاحب في السفر. Oh Allah, you are the friend on the path of traveling. والخليفة في الأهل. And you are the one, the protector for our family whom we are leaving and behind. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min wa'atha'i safar. I seek refuge in you from the tiredness of travel. Wa ka'abati al-manzar, and the gloominess of the scenes that I will be seeing on my path. وكآبة المنظر وسوء المنقلب في المال والأهل. And for any awful destination or awful result that will come out of this trip. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would greet his wives and his daughter and would tell them, Astawdi'ukum Allah. You're going to leave your family and you don't know what will happen to them. So you have to keep them in the hands of a trustworthy. So he never forgets to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm leaving you in the hands of Allah, the one who never loses his amana. الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. And in response, they should tell you, أستودع الله دينك وأمانتك وخواتيم عملك. It is from the Sunnah to take breaks while traveling. Of course, they used to take it to give some rest and break for the horses and the camels. But it's the Sunnah even if you're driving the BMW and the Charger and all of those good cars that doesn't need a break, just to have a break. Follow the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And some of the modern cars probably would tell you on the screen, would you like to take a break? So take a break, because your car is telling you to follow the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And when you take a break, you say another dua. See how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always in Rasulullah's mind at every step. When he lands in a new land, he speaks to the land. So you're traveling from here to Vancouver and you're going to stop by Kelowna, by Revelstock, by Golden, by whatever villages, and you're going to take a break there. Speak to the land. Rasulullah used to say, Allahu Rabbi wa Rabbuk. O land, Allah is my Lord and your Lord. أعوذ بالله من شرك وشر ما فيك وشر ما خلق عليك. I seek Allah refuge from your evil, from the evil of what's in you and the evil of whoever above you. وأسأل الله من خيرك وخير ما فيك وخير ما عليك. And I ask Allah to give me the good of you and the good of what's in you and what's above you. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It is recommended not to travel by yourself. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, لو تعلمون ما أعلم من الوحدة بالليل لما سافر أحدكم بليل وحده. If you know what I know from the evilness and the loneliness of traveling alone, none of you would travel by himself. Okay, do I have one friend with me? No. Do I have a three? Yes, or more. الراكب شيطان والراكبان شيطانان والثلاثة ركب. A one is always easy flesh for the shaitan. He knows how to get you. Two, it's easy for the shaitan to cause a dispute and division among you. Three are the best number for traveling or more. And when you are three, in order to protect yourself from all kinds of divisions and disputes, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِذَا سَافَرَ أَحَدُكُمْ عَلَى ثَلَاثَةٍ فَأَمِّرُوا. There has to be an amir. Now this is not this one, everything we said is sunnah, but this one, Rasulullah puts it as a wajib. When you are three traveling or more, there has to be amir. Wallahi, Shaykh, we don't know, alhamdulillah, we have a good relationship together. We are friends. We just do whatever we like. There's so much understanding. Absolutely not. Don't you ever rely on your friendship and understanding that you have between one another. Because there has to be an amir, and shaitan will come to one another. This one wants to take an extra day of rest. This one wants to go to this village. This one wants to visit his family. Suddenly, you are divided. But the amir, the one who makes a decision, and everyone follows and say, Sami'na wa ata'na. And that amir mostly is the one who knows more of the deen. Rasulullah usually used to pick the one who holds Quran more. Uthman ibn al-As radiallahu anhu says, بَعَثَنَا رَسُولُ اللَّهِ وَنَحْنُ ذُو عَدَدٍ. We were many people going in a sariyah, and in a travel that Rasulullah is sending us. So he asked us, كم تحفظ من القرآن؟ فقال كذا وكذا. كم تحفظ من القرآن؟ قال كذا وكذا. And then he came to me, كم تحفظ من القرآن؟ فقلت سورة البقرة. قال اذهب فأنت أميرهم. Go, you are the amir. So the one who has the Quran and knowledge of deen is the one to be the amir and the leader of that group. As Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is traveling and he would be coming back, he would say, آيبون تائبون عابدون لربنا حامدون. And on his way back, he prefers never to come back to his family at a night time. Always pick the daytime. Because at the night, they might be panicking. Who's knocking the door at 2 a.m.? Who's coming at night? And even if you're coming at night, give them some time or give them some indication. إذا دخلتم على أهلكم بليل فاصبروا حتى تمتشط الشعثة وتستحد المغيبة. Give your wife some time or indication for them to prepare for you, to fix her hair, to put the makeup, and get ready for you. Don't just surprise her, and she's probably not ready, and the whole house is messed upside down, and the children are just turning a house to a chaotic place. So make sure you don't arrive at night, and if you did, you give them an indication. And last but not least, and the one that I love the most, كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا قدم من سفر أتى المسجد أول ما أتى فصلى ركعتين. This one that I think this is a dead forgotten sunnah. That when you come back from trouble, you don't go back home. You don't visit your mother or your family or your daughter or your wife. You come right to the masjid and you pray 2 rak'ahs. This is the way you tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, as much as I miss my family and my beloved one, I don't miss them as much as I miss your house. That is the connection that you show to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You come, alhamdulillah, we are blessed to have this masjid, which is open from Fajr all the way to Isha to 9 p.m. that you can come and pray 2 rak'ahs and then head back to your family. Last but not least, and that one is an extra dose for sisters, for the women. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam puts another condition, which is also not a sunnah, because he orders it, not requested. He says, لا تسافر المرأة إلا مع ذي محرم. A woman shall not travel for any cause except with a mahram. Now scholars would stand between two opinions. Now today the traveling has already changed. People travel in a plane, it's so safe, it's so secure. So some of the ulama took that way out and they said it is allowed, it is permissible as long as it's safe and secure and there's no danger on women, they won't be attacked. But then the majority of scholars, those who respect the words that come out of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's mouth, that in all conditions Rasulullah knew that traveling at some occasions might be safe, but he didn't put any exceptions. A man has to be with his wife, or his daughter, or his sister. A mahram has to exist. Wherever he's going, to the point that Hajj would fall down. It is not obligation on the woman anymore if she doesn't have a mahram. To that point, it is necessity to have a mahram and apply that condition of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How beautiful and important and needy it is to apply the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As we travel today, every month and the other, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the guidance and the tawfiq to follow the sunnah of His Prophet. Barakallahu lakum sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi.